Hi, YouTube. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Okie dokie. Now, I could just find my frickin' Zoom window. Oh, it's hiding up here. Now we're finally good. My goodness. Okay, let me see if I have anything tagged. Probably AI stuff. Oh no, Carmelo Anthony. Yeah. There's the AI stuff. Claude Mythos 5 and Fable 5. Fable 5 is the new sanitized version of Mythos for the public. Mythos is officially being released to like cybersecurity firms and the like. Hacks have already started, by the way. I'm pretty sure I tagged one. As I promised you this morning they would. Did I tag it? Yep, there it is. Breaking ServiceNow has been breached. Customers are reporting unauthorized access to their instances. One customer states their security team reported this vulnerability to them, and they closed the case twice, saying they had already known since the 7th of April. Oh my. Any more? All ServiceNow. Yep, there's going to be more where that came from. Yeah, Carmelo Anthony found guilty. We are definitely going to be getting to that. Don't worry. Breaks down in tears like a little bitch.
In the fatal stabbing of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. This case obviously has drawn national attention since it happened last year. Paul Morrow, your reaction?
Well, under the facts that we know, this seems to be the correct verdict. I mean, let me point something out that I felt set the tenor for the defense right off the top. In his opening statement, the defense attorney made a statement that Carmelo felt in fear because the Metcalf brothers surrounded him. That was in the opening statements almost as a justification for what he did. And those of us who follow this kind of stuff, and let me take my lawyer hat off for a second, right? Because most jurors are not lawyers. Let's just appeal to common sense. The picture in the mind of the jurors that the opening statement from the defense seemed to paint was of Carmelo Anthony sitting there with a bag next to him in which he secreted a knife, which he apparently was ready to use and which he warned he was ready to use, and that he felt justified in using because two brothers who were bigger than him were standing over him. By that metric, I could...
Yep. Oh, and by the way, there's some other very big news going on just in the last like 30 minutes or so. Very personally relevant news. And that's right, the Whitmer kidnap. Did I seriously say Whitney? Fucking stupid ass auto correct shit. Damn it. I have to go fix that now. Oh my gosh, I can't? Seriously? Why can't I edit the post? You stupid homo. Fuck you, Twitter. Yeah, the Whitmer kidnapping case. Some big news today. One of the guys just had their conviction vacated. Yep. And there's more where that came from. There's going to be 2 more coming. Very, very soon. God, why did this fucking stupid... Apple really has some serious work to do with their autocorrect. It's absolute effing garbage, if you ask me. And do a damn thing right. Piece of fucking junk. Okay. We're gonna repost that. Oh my gosh, it did it again. Thankfully I caught it before it posted this time. Piece of fucking junk, man. Whitmer. There you go. Okay. Yep. Joseph Morrison, who we have talked with over the phone extensively. A lot of interviews with Joe. Finally getting, but no on-camera interviews. Well, maybe some jailhouse, like a phone call, like video call. Maybe some of that. I don't remember. I don't think, actually, no, I don't think we did get that with him. So he's going to be getting out. You know darn right we're going to be there to greet him when he exits the jailhouse. The other two will follow, Pete and oh gosh, I'm brain farting. Pete and God, there's so many. I always mix their names up. Not Adam. Paul. So, oh man, come on, give me the whole article. So dang it. The interesting part about this is the Michigan Court of Appeals that vacated the conviction. This does mean that there's going to be a retrial, or rather that a retrial technically should happen. Question is if the government up there is going to be dumb enough to do it. Are they going to be, because this time around they're not going to be able to use the terrorism charge, the gang charge. That's all out now, because that's the gist of this ruling, is that the charges that they hit them with were basically bullshit, and there's no like legal standing for them to be given like gang membership felonies and charged with acts of terror for kidnapping. Kidnapping does not, and of course, no kidnapping actually took place. Just keep that in mind too. But even assuming one did, a kidnapping would not qualify for an act of terror. That was the gist of the ruling here, and that was the basis of the whole case. Was they tried to claim that this kidnapping qualified as an act of terror, and a what was the other one? That they qualified as a gang, and they could be charged with under gang membership, felony laws and all that. That's all out now, so they can't use that in any subsequent retrial. They could still charge him for, conspiring to kidnap or something, but no, all the terrorism shit's out. All the gang shit's out. It was all garbage to begin with. And it was a unanimous ruling, I think. 3 out of 3. 2 of them appointed by Whitmer, by the way. Which says something, doesn't it? So both of the other state cases are going to follow. Joe just happened to be the first one, and yeah, you bet I was filming. Like it was literally, you can see the camera right there. She was sitting right here in the chair, and I was filming her on the phone with some of the other families and just breaking the news and talking to them and some of the guys. So it's pretty cool. Only a matter of time. Oh, and by the way, I don't even know if she's announced this. I don't even know if I should, but like the documentary is, well, a significant portion's been done now. It's probably a good like 30-minute segment. And that is now being sent off to a certain network or outlet, let's say, large one, pretty big, that is interested in it. And this all happened before any of this went down. I think the price just went up. That's what I say. I don't know, but It's now all of a sudden going to be newsworthy again. So that's good for us.
Drawing a sketch of the area around the hole. Another photo includes the actual map they allege Fox drew.
Okay, what else we got? Oh yeah, the black guy that the media was crowning the new James Bond, you know, without even bothering to really ask him if he was okay with it. Yeah, that guy, Idris Elba. He's a good actor. Says James Bond does not need to be woke or black. And in fact, he does not want him to be. Mr. Elba would like him to remain white. Because why would you do that? Why would you make James Bond not white? Duh. It's so good to see someone in this field, in this career, hold on, let me pop it back up, actually speaking up about stuff like this. For once. Because I'm tired of it. I am so tired of the headlines saying James Bond should be a black, you know, a 5 foot tall black guy or something. Like, I don't even, they've already thrown 30 different freaking black candidates out there, I'm sure. Including Mr. Elba. This is ridiculous. And he's good on him for saying so. Bond is big all over the world. And audiences won't all go for a black male and African male playing Bond. That's not what they like in their culture, period. Bond is so unrealistic, so a hint of reality is good, but let's not try and make it woke. I think you've got to be pure to what it is, escapism. Don't try and answer the world's taste, just be Bond. I like that. That's good. Good for him. Let's jump over to more on the Carmelo Anthony case. See what the latest with that madness is. Crowd reacts. Oh yes. No! Oh my gosh, seriously. He's a murderer, ma'am. He's a freaking cold-blooded killer. He carved some poor white boy's heart out, and here you are shedding tears over him. Disgusting. I'm yelling about white folks. Dear God. Show me more.
Verdict here, guilty of murder. Connell.
Stand by, Rich. Reaction now in the crowd. Xavier Walton is with us. I saw us right away when we learned of the verdict. We had the video up during commercial. I saw some crying. I hear some screaming. Tell us what it's like.
Yeah, it looks pretty stupid.
Yeah, Connell, so immediately once that verdict was read, a woman fell to her knees.
Those appear to be Black Panthers back there.
With emotion, she began to cry, and, you know, I'm going to walk
You're
over
totally not feigned. It was, I'm sure, very genuine.
here. Austin, watch your step. Come on, Austin, come this way. And one thing I've heard multiple times since that verdict was read, you know, these folks saying that's what you get when you have an all-white jury. Obviously, that's been talked about a lot. We know there was not a single black person being represented in that jury. So it looks like two gentlemen are yelling back and forth right now. There are children here.
Who brings a
Notice
child
the
to
gentleman
something
in the
like this?
cowboy
Come
hat.
on.
Law enforcement is here. But Connell, so much emotion, boiling. It is hot. Tensions obviously flaring up. And you see the crowd of cameras You see the people walking that way, Connell. I can tell you there's a whole group of people that once that verdict was read, you can just see in their faces like they had been defeated. That was the look of defeat. That's what they had on their face. As we just kind of walk with this crowd, I can tell you I've been here since jury selection, and there have been several Carmelo Anthony supporters that have been here since jury selection. And once that jury was selected, this is what they were worried about, being found guilty of murder, not manslaughter in this case, but murder. So as we kind of follow the crowd, something else to really point out, Connell, law enforcement, they are everywhere. I also asked one of these parents here that is with their children, with their child, I said, why bring a child here? And she told her son here, so that way he would know what it's like to advocate for your community.
Oh my gosh.
You asked the question, what was it going to be like?
Is it just me or is that cop freaking gigantic?
Like when the verdict was read.
Was he like 8 feet tall or something? Look at this dude. Big dude.
So Connell, asked the when the verdict was law enforcement right here. That is from the beginning. We've said that. But yes, Connell, I'll send it back to you. You can take our live images. But I can tell you right now, law enforcement does have control of this. Dozens of people just heard the verdict. Thank you. I appreciate it. But obviously, for days now, this is what they've been waiting for, and it's for a lot of people here. I can tell you that it's not the verdict they wanted to hear. But also keep in mind, a family, the Metcalf family did lose someone. They lost a loved one, and that's what they've been saying too, because there have been Metcalf family supporters out here as well. I'll be completely honest, Connell, from day one when they had that jury, it was an alarm bell that went off for a certain community that said, no black jurors. We already know what's going to happen.
Well, yeah, I mean, he killed a kid, so...
Guilty.
I knew it was going to happen too. The defense was a joke. Silly. All right. Let's go over this way. Oh, darn it. I spelled it wrong. And see what else is going on. Oh, let's see. Any interesting Claude Fable stuff coming out yet? Just the launch video? No way. Really? Built an entire Minecraft clone in one go. Not bad, actually. Missing some user interface stuff, but geez, that's crazy. Interesting. Jeez, that is nuts. Wow. Building video games, man. That is nuts. That is pretty cool. Huh, okay. Get out of here. Are you kidding me? This might be the first AI to beat a Pokemon game. Unless this person's lying. That is actually, believe it or not, a milestone. I believe no AI up until this point has been able to beat the original version of Pokemon on the old Game Boy, Pokemon Red or Blue. That may have just changed. Okay, what else we got? More Carmelo Anthony stuff. Let's see it.
And without any
county since 2025 when this took place, okay? And these kinds of face-to-face, emotion-rising, shouting matches really...
What is he... What? Are those his... Is that his hand?
Do no good, but
oh no, that's some
become more and more intense.
That's some lady trying to hold him back. Okay, I was like, what?
As you were talking about since last week, emotions are boiling high on both sides, and these kind of verbal confrontations that we're looking at here right now, Eden, just show us really what's right under the surface that has been brought out with this particular case.
Absolutely, and I think this is probably going to paint the picture of how things are going to be once the verdict is announced, which we are waiting for at 2:05 this afternoon. So
this was before the verdict was announced?
In less than 10 minutes, but we're already...
What do you think he looked like after?
Seeing tensions, and this is how it's been over the last...
Look at these frickin' signs. Free Carmelo!
Last couple of days, but really now we're seeing it escalate as people are facing each other, holding signs.
Disgusting. Well, I told y'all this verdict was going to happen quick. It sure didn't take long, did it? Oh, wait, what? Look what's coming to New York City. President Trump transforming Penn Station into the world-class masterpiece it was always meant to be. What? Wow. I dig all that. That was really neat. All the Art Deco. It's nice. Hope he does it. Oh, no. Oh, this is in Russia. Tourists in Russia had to hide in their vehicles as a biblical swarm of mosquitoes blackened the skies. How big are these things? Been criticizing Democrats for blocking FISA reauthorization.
We have a saying around here that if you don't get national security right, the rest is just conversation.
Oh, do
and
you?
that's certainly true with respect to some of the issues that we have in front of us right now. The FISA legislation, which is pending here in the United States Senate, is critical to keeping this country safe and secure for Americans. And just to put a fine point on that, if you look at how effective FISA has been, it has stopped numerous terrorist attacks. It has been used in 90% of the CIA's synthetic drug disruptions. So in other words, these drug busts that you keep reading about, a lot of that originates with information derived from the 702 process. So it's very, very concerning when you have the Democrats here in the United States Senate essentially saying that we are not interested in reauthorizing this program, which will go dark at midnight on Friday if we don't take action. And it would be alarming under any circumstance, but it's especially alarming now, given the fact that we are heading into a time where the U.S. starts hosting the World Cup, for example. We've got all kinds of 250th anniversary celebrations coming up here in the not too distant future. And you've got a program that has a proven record when it comes to keeping this country safe that is at risk because Democrats here in the United States Senate have decided to block vote against it. That is a very dangerous proposition. It puts Americans at risk. And it started with the air traffic control, and then it was border security, the whole Department of Homeland Security. You go right down the list of all these agencies the Democrats have decided not to fund. They truly are the party of open borders, defund the police, sanctuary cities, and unfortunately right now defunding the 702 program, which is essential to America's national security interests. So Republicans are going to do everything we can to keep this program on track, but obviously we're going to need some help from Democrats in order to get it across the finish line, and I certainly hope that they put the nation's national security interests ahead of their Trump derangement syndrome, which seems to be what's driving the decisions that they're making here on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's the Black Panthers.
We gotta tell our kids the truth. That this is a racist ass country. We gotta tell them the truth. Who don't get stop that cool ass shit? Don't nobody wanna hear about what we do to each other. We talking about what they doing to us. White folks kill white folks. Mexicans kill Mexicans. We ain't trying to hear no cool shit today. Go over there with them white folks with that. This is a racist ass country.
Huh?
We're in a racist ass state. This is a racist ass court. There ain't nothing else to talk about. When has a white boy been before an all-black jury? Tell us, media. Tell us, white folks. When has a white boy been before an all-black jury? Never.
How's it murder?
This is racist.
Is he okay?
Because you know what? Whatever the verdict is, he got justice. Because he got to go before a jury of 6 or 12 instead of being buried by 6. We got to stand up.
What is she on about now?
We're going to keep, that's right. You know what? Let this be all in the scene. Exactly. Come on, sister. Come on, sister. See, right. This is a war. This is a war. This is a war. And it's been going on. This war been going on. They never stop being racist.
Wow. Loudy, loudy, loud. Oh, yeah. Vehicles set on fire and roads blocked by protesters over the Belfast stabbing. It's about to get crazy tonight. You watch. I've heard talk that people there are taken to the streets tonight in very, very, very big numbers, to the point where the UK is like trying to fly riot police in to Belfast. Let's have a look-see. Oh yeah, they're setting shit on fire.
But one's got to recognize at the moment that we are in an environment where people feel helpless and desperate, and this is now coming at a very, very challenging time.
You can say that again. This is all over this psycho Sudanese guy trying to behead some white dude in the streets of Belfast. Crazy video.
Welcome back to Britain's Newsroom. Now, a man is seriously injured in hospital after being stabbed repeatedly in the neck in North Belfast late last night.
Police were called around...
The guy's literally like trying to saw his freaking head off at the neck.
10 where officers arrested another man in connection with the incident. Sir Keir Starmer's intervened, saying I've no tolerance for abhorrent scenes of violence.
Let me see if I can find the actual footage.
Dead, he's just killed him. Hurry up. He's dead, he's completely dead. Yeah, no, he's not.
Has he got a knife?
Yeah. Get off him, you fucking rat. Yeah.
You fucking rat.
He's cutting him. He's cutting him.
He's trying to cut his head off. He's like, hurry up.
Hurry up.
He's slicing his hair off here. Hurry up the fuck.
Hurry up.
Come on, bastard. Come on.
Get him.
Quick. Come on. Get him down. Let him go down. Now, come on. Yes. Yes. Get up. Get up.
Damn.
There's a cop. There's a cop. Back off. Back off. Back off.
Bro, quick. Get off. No. Bro, get off.
He's trying to cut his head off.
Bro, I can't tell him in the head. He's trying to cut his head off. He's just bastard here. He's just together. He's dead. He's just killed him. Hurry up.
He's dead. He's completely dead.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right, let's see if we can find some of this protest footage here. Police urge calm.
Speaking to you, what more can you tell us about the situation, particularly about the suspect?
Well, the suspect has just been charged. Police will present the suspect, who is Sudanese and a 30-year-old man, before magistrates on Monday as the procedure, according to normal procedure. But they acted very swiftly to charge the man who was, in fact, all over the videos that was filmed off the scene. This all happened last night behind me here, where you had this man, 30-year-old Sudanese, with a kitchen knife, attempted to stab repeatedly a man in his 40s. And police said that if it wasn't for the intervention of witnesses, he probably would be dead. Now, the victim is in hospital with serious injuries to his face, to his eyes, and to his back. And his life seems to be, it seems to be in a stable situation, but extremely serious, of course. At the moment, you can see the cordon is still on behind me. The investigation is continuing. So far, police hasn't come forward with a motive for this attack, but the Assistant Chief Constable Henderson mentioned that he didn't think it was terrorist related. That's the only thing he could say so far. As far as the motive is concerned, no one knows for now.
Indeed, it's one of these things that can happen, and seemingly it can be something in isolation, Hervé, can't it? But then it takes on a kind of political element, and the far right, in this particular case, start to get involved, and then things start to grow in that sense. Have we seen, as we have seen in other places in the UK, have we seen that kind of element arriving in Belfast?
Well, absolutely. I'm standing here in an area which, 30 or 40 years ago would have been an area controlled by, paramilitaries, whether loyalists on this side or Republican on the other side. And you would have had, this is very much working class areas where you would have had, this area is part of the areas in Northern that has seen the most violence in 35 years of conflict. Of course, this was a different time and a different reason. But today, there are obviously far-right elements that are linked to loyalist paramilitaries, in particular over here. And the call made in England by people like far-right activist Tommy Robinson or in Parliament by Nigel Farage is very much heard. And they are obviously trying to use this in order to to promote a debate on immigration and a debate on trying to cut down on immigration. In fact, that's where protests all over the UK are supposed to be taking place now. The far right called for this process here in Belfast, where they said they were going to lock up the city from 7 p.m. tonight, local time, and all in most major city in the UK will see how successful that has been for them. But in the political debate, you mentioned the First Minister of Northern Ireland. All five of the main parties and their leaders called for peace and called for calm tonight on the streets of Belfast and further afield. But there is no doubt that even in the heart of Stormont, the local parliament, there was a debate on the issue. The Deputy First Minister, Emma Little Pengelly, who represents the Democratic Unionists, those who represent the people here loyal to the British Crown. She said that, of course, it needs to be calm, but at the same time, a debate on immigration must happen. And she said that as part of that debate, there should be the process of vetting immigrants who come here should be discussed. Because she mentioned that the fact that this Sudanese man was first in Paris before he traveled to Dublin, and then arrived here, where he asked for asylum and was given leave to remain, to stay in 2023. And Emma Little Pengelly mentioned that he had been through safe countries before he arrived here. So why did he not ask for asylum in France or in Ireland?
Many questions to answer. The victim, we understand, still poorly, still fighting for his life in hospital. Hervé Amaric with the latest there from Belfast. Thank you as always, sir. Great to see you, and thank you for bringing us up to date with.
Me finding some stuff from the streets here. Here we go. Rioters are breaking into migrant houses in multiple occupation, a form of taxpayer-funded housing for asylum seekers in Belfast, and setting them ablaze. Kind of hard to blame them at this point, after all that they've been put through out there.
Holy shit, man. Checking this car. Boom! Holy fuck, man. They just kicked this whole car in. Oh my god! What the fuck? Get me out of here. You're gonna drive into me, bro. You just punch him. What the fuck? Holy shit, man. Checking this car. Boom! Holy fuck, man. They just kicked this whole car in.
Here we go.
You fucking foreigners!
Fucking foreigners. Wow. I hear even Protestants and Catholics are joining together.
We're all shouting like fucking off.
In Ireland. Let's see, what fine place of business is this? I want to see the sign. What does it say? Oh, it doesn't show us. Something people? No idea.
We're all shouting like fucking off.
Ooh. Dang.
Fucking thing!
Looked like some manner of African there. Oh. Oh, dang. They're setting the trams on fire. Oh!
What's he saying? You! There's the other tire away. Oh, that there. Wonder what that there is. What's he saying?
Oh boy.
Shit.
What in the heck?
Oh my.
What? There's a burning car just rolling down a hill.
Shit. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I mean, I hope no one's in that thing.
Oh my god.
Oh, there we go. Smashing windows. Chuck in the garbage bins. Oh! Setting more shit on fire. Oh wow, look at that crowd. Oh boy. People have had it, man. After this. Chanting, I can't breathe. Indeed.
I'm trying to just hear not plot.
Come on, give me some fresh goods here. Oh dang. Police vehicles. Ooh. Nice. Flying the flag. Police trying to move in.
Is that sharp? Get up yet? Where? That near hit them as they run across. That tire blew out the air.
I'm sorry, what? Could you say that again?
Where?
Where?
That near hit them as they run across. That tire blew out the air.
That there something was able to cross that something there. I don't know.
I don't know what that is, but I'm standing back. I'm not gonna hit that tire.
No idea what that was. Nope. Not even gonna try. Ooh boy. Whoa. Just heard paramilitaries now getting ready to get involved in tonight's protests in Belfast and across Northern Ireland. Yep.
Out of yes. Hey, Jack Posobiec, breaking news out of Northern Ireland. What do you got for us, sir? It looks like pretty intense over there.
Is on fire right now, and this all comes on the heels of a shocking video that came out just last night where a migrant, a Sudanese migrant, was found in the middle of the street conducting what I can only describe as an ISIS-style or terrorist-style beheading of a Belfast man there in the middle of the street. He was interrupted. He was stopped in his tracks by a group of men who came by, a group of locals who came by before the police, I might add. And the film is one of the most horrific things I've seen. I would say it's the most horrific thing I've ever seen, but this just comes on the heels a couple weeks after the Henry Novak video that was just released in another part of the UK. This is, of course, Northern Ireland, but still part of the UK. And you could see the individual's face is covered in blood. He's attempting to saw through the neck, isn't able to do so, so they were able to save his life. But what's happened now in Belfast is Northern Ireland is responding that they are done with the migration policies. They are completely done with everything. You're seeing now hundreds of men dressed in black who are out there. And Steve, here's what's really interesting. You know, you've seen, certainly Northern Ireland is no stranger to scenes like this, but what's different here is this isn't about Protestant Catholic. It's not about Northern Ireland versus the Republic of Ireland. This is not the trouble. This is not the Troubles. It's not, well, it is the Troubles. It's the new Troubles. But it's a different kind. It's the new Troubles, that's for sure. But it's in a different direction because you're seeing Catholics and Protestants on the same side. That's what I was getting at, Steve, is that they're on the same side now. This is very much about the old inhabitants, the original inhabitants of these isles, Ireland and the British Isles, and the newcomers. And they are done. The people are just
Jack,
done.
I want to frame this for a second. We've sent Kevin over. Your brother's done great reporting for us all over the place.
And he was in Northern Ireland for a piece of that.
Yeah, but we sent him to the Republic of Ireland, which has a horrible migrant problem. You're starting to see the beginning of a MAGA or nationalist, populist nationalist movement there. But they're under different law. The Northern Irish are under British law. I mean, that's one of the issues. And this is with Nigel and the guys that, you know, they're sometimes not the focus like the Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson's actually trying to pull this together. He's trying to unite, although an Englishman, he's trying to unite Northern Ireland and the Republic in some sort of combination here to let people know, hey, it's one Ireland, and this migration, this migrant policy, whether it's coming out of London or coming out of Dublin, is not acceptable to the people of Ireland. Is that correct?
Well, Steve, that's exactly right. So you're seeing folks like Tommy Robinson as well as Conor McGregor, so an Englishman and an Irishman who are both in complete agreement here, which is not typically the case when you're discussing something that happened on the streets of Northern Ireland. You're seeing Protestants and Catholics. You're seeing folks who, you know, perhaps their fathers had come to blows or even worse during the Troubles, and they're coming up and saying, look, this isn't about those divisions anymore, and we can take care of that at this point, but this has now become existential. It becomes existential, Steve, because they are going after, they're beheading people in the streets. They're killing sons. They're raping daughters. It's got to stop. Enough is enough, and that's what this is. We could be looking at the makings of an uprising here.
Sure, looking that way.
That's a holy shit. That's scary. Yo, they're checking the cars, mate. What the fuck? Not to say that. Don't I get a video? Yo, they're fucking checking a video fucking now. That's a holy.
Don't know what's going on there. Hooded civilians controlling access points on the roads leading to Belfast. Wow.
the footage of a migrant sitting on top of a man trying to...
Police service will give us the answers to these questions. And back to the visa situation, how did he get into Northern Ireland in the first place? Was it illegally or legally, and was it through the Republic of Ireland? And is that why there's a mix-up on his nationality? Is his visa something different from his birthplace?
Well, in terms of the nationality, you'll be aware this morning our belief was that the male was Somalian. That was from the very quick first look at our investigation. We now know him to be, or believe him to be, Sudanese. In terms of the broader question around the immigration status, I don't want to appear that I'm trying to deflect on this. I think it's absolutely right that the Home Office will give you further clarity on it. But again, working with them this morning, my understanding is that the individual came into Northern Ireland from Dublin, moving up, and then was granted leave to remain. But as I say, colleagues from the Home Office will be confirming that in more detail in due course.
The Secretary of State said that the police service will give us the answers to these.
Yes.
I've just watched the most horrific footage from Northern Ireland, from Belfast, of one man on top of another with a knife, obviously screaming and shouting. Some patriots effectively attempted to intervene. I don't know what has happened to the victim, but it didn't look good. I now call for the police with full transparency to disclose the ethnicity and immigration status of the person who perpetrated the attack. This is a disappointingly growing trend which is affecting all of us. It stems from immigration, largely. It stems from the fact that there's a whole industry of people who have made vast amounts of money propagating an industry called the human rights industry, which basically has fed off the back of the legal complexities surrounding human rights law. Those are people like Keir Starmer, Lord Hermer, a whole raft of people who I think put their own interests above those of the safety of the British people. And it's time we got some honesty from the police force, who are paid for the British taxpayer, paid for by the British taxpayer. They're supposed to serve the British taxpayer, and they're supposed to keep us all safe. We can quite clearly see with the recent tragic death of Henry Novak, we can see two-tier policing. And now I think I call for total transparency. If you have transparency, you have truth, and from truth you can actually start to deal with the issues that are causing the problem. Until we have that, I'm afraid we are going to continue to, all of us, suffer from increasing distrust, an increasing feeling of a lack of safety, and that is not going to be good for all of us. We want our high trust society back, and we're not going to get it back by people being deceitful. We need honesty, we need truth, we need authenticity, and we need openness.
All right. Oh boy. Sorry. I missed like half of what he was saying there at the end. I just noticed my weekly limits got reset early for Claude Code, so I get to have fun for the next 30 hours. One second. I gotta modify something here. Extra. What's our fable? Effort. Interesting. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Spinning my bots up. Let me go back to the main pile here. Man, I have these things cranking now. It's freaking crazy what this stuff can do. I now have my setup to the point where I'm barely doing anything except kind of guiding things every maybe 2 or 3 times a day, and then I send my bots off, and each bot spins up its own bots, and those spin up their own agents, and it's just like a team of dozens of little minions out there building fun stuff. Crazy.
The yeas are 51, the nays are 46. The nomination is confirmed. Under the previous order, the
Judicial nominee Anthony Mativi to be district judge for the District of Kansas, 51-46. Ilhan Omar agrees with former TMZ producer Van Lathan that Minnesota has better white people. After revealing that DHS told her that Minnesota is the worst state to operate in because open borders leftists there are well coordinated against federal agents. What?
I'd set up
I'm going to need to hear it.
a meeting to go visit with DHS officials in Minnesota, and one of their attorneys said to me, you know, I've been to like 20 states, and the worst state for us to function in is Minnesota. And I said, well, why is that? And he said, you guys are just too coordinated and too well connected to one another. And that's kind of what played out, and what the country and the world got to see is that we are. The word community is not just a word we use. We believe it, we live it. And people really deeply care about one another. And that's why, people like myself who are immigrants in this country, who come from sub-Saharan weather, have gravitated towards that state and have, created a life for themselves there. It's a very special state with really special people.
Y'all have better white people there?
I think.
How do we get some of those? What do we do? Tell us how to get some of those.
We do have great people in general, but yes, a lot. The best of the best, I guess. We've got Scandinavians, and they have. They're just really sweet, incredible people who deeply believe in community, who deeply believe in volunteerism, who deeply believe in civic engagement, and that's also why we have one of the highest voter turnouts in the country as well. I'd set up.
You got some balls on her, man. Okay. Oh my goodness. The GoFundMe. Is it still going, by the way? Do they still have that?
Want us to do? What do you want us to do? That's right. What do you want us to do at this point?
Shut up and go home?
What? I'm cause for it. I don't know what to do. I got 5 boys. I don't
Oh, I'm sure from 5 different fathers, right?
know what. I ain't got nothing to tell them no more. You can't walk away no more.
Rest in peace. Oh my God, she's a walking meme. She's a walking meme.
Trayvon Martin. Let me ask you this right now. I hear.
You can tell them that Carmelo was a killer, a murderer, and he got what he deserved. What else would you tell them?
On behalf of myself, Minister Dominique Alexander.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
I speak on behalf of myself, Minister Dominique Alexander. I speak on behalf of myself as president of the Next Generation Action Network. The Next Generation Action Network wanted to respect this process, to be able to make sure that nobody said that the Next Generation Action Network obstructed this process, interfered in this process. But what this process did is shown that black lives do not matter in Collin County. It showed us that time and time in American history, it has shown us to remove emotions from yet the law. This trial showed that it put emotions over the law. After Trayvon Martin and so many countless names, it has shown us on behalf of myself, that black Minister life Dominique is Alexander, not safe in Collin County. On behalf of myself as president of the Next Generation Action Network. That they did not. The Next Generation Action Network wanted to respect this process, to be able to make sure that nobody said that the Next Generation Action Network obstructed this process. That a black boy was allowed. But what this process did is shown that black lives do not matter in Collin County. It showed us that in all time in American history, it has shown us to remove emotions from yet the law. In 2 to 3 hours. This trial showed that it put emotions over the law. That they did not prove their case. After Trayvon Martin and so many countless names, they are currently sentencing Carmelo Anthony. That black life is not safe. But we know that the Next Generation Action Network put the first $10,000 towards an appellate attorney. They did not listen. And we will fight Collin County like hell. Clearly that a judge I respected this process. It showed very clearly that a black boy was allowed. Not one black soul, but black America should be very upset about what went on today. And all, now before all of the internet lawyers and before all of the interpretation of the situation, and 2, I'm only an advocacy leader, I'm not an attorney. I can only help families that they did not navigate their case. When they find themselves in this type of situation. Carmelo Anthony. But we know that the Next Generation Action Network put the first $10,000.
Oh my God, he's chilling for his bullshit.
Towards an appellate attorney, and we will fight Collin County like hell. I respected this process. I allowed and called for peace in this process. But black America should be.
Yeah, that's why we all get defeated and shit.
Very upset about what went on today. We are. Now, before all of the internet lawyers and before all of the interpretation of the situation, I'm only an advocacy leader. I'm not an attorney. I can only help families be able to navigate these processes when they find themselves in this type of situation. I speak.
Some notes from our.
Oh, here we go.
I just got some notes from our local reporter who is inside the courtroom. So when that guilty verdict was read, I'm told that Carmelo Anthony was crying. He was shaking. His defense attorney kept his arm around his shoulders the entire time. And also I'm told that Austin Metcalf's
twin brother, he's literally jumping around like an animal.
Hunter, this was the first time he was inside the courtroom when that guilty verdict was read.
Remember him from earlier?
I'm told it was really emotional from both sides after that murder verdict. And as for what's next, Will, now it's the sentencing phase. He is charged with murder, so he could face up to life in prison. The same exact juror, they're the ones who decide how long he remains behind bars, and that's what this sentencing phase sentencing phase is. That reporter inside the courtroom tells me that Carmelo Anthony's mother, she's already taken the stand. This is a direct quote. She said, quote, "He is my oldest, my firstborn, my baby. I love him very much." I'm told that she had mascara running down her face.
Oh my gosh.
And asked the jury, quote, "Please have mercy on my son." And then the prosecutor...
He was a good boy. He didn't hurt nobody.
Sort of cross-examined her and said, "Isn't it true you could still have a relationship with your son while he's behind bars?" So this is sort of the next phase right now. The jury's going to decide how long he is behind bars for, and they're going to call some character witnesses, including his mom that you just heard from. And I'll step out of the way. I mean, outside the courtroom, we've been expecting this, Will, but about 100 Carmelo Anthony protesters, it erupted out here. At least one person was detained after they read that guilty verdict. And as you can see, it is all hands on deck when it comes to the sheriff's office. They prepared for this. There's been barriers out here and really tight security the last few days.
On behalf of myself, Minister Dominique Alexander,
Okay. Oh, is that Birchett commenting on it?
Just left the floor.
Oh no, this is something else.
Hey everybody, Tim Birchett. Just left the floor. Having to go a different route. A little crowded up there. There's a holdup on a bill. We're trying to get HR 2, House Resolution 2, to the floor. And there's some stuff in it that we needed. And the only way we can do that is hold up a vote on another bill. So we did. We got what we needed, and it worked. And so the bill that we held up came through, and it was...
it must have been the dadgum or something. The dadgum bill. Hey, how about some reflecting pool? Should be nice and full now. Oh, excuse me. You want to give me the footage?
Good idea. I'm delighted that it's still reflecting.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
I would have preferred to keep it like it was.
It's an incredibly stupid idea. I'm delighted that it's still reflecting.
I think it's horrible. The color I've seen on the news is disgusting to me, as opposed to how beautiful it was in the past.
Green and full of trash?
I would have preferred to keep it like it was.
These fucking people are astonishing. Yeah, they'd rather have it full of disgusting algae muck and poop and random refuse.
I need the keys.
Yeah, that's kind of... Yeah, they'd rather have that than have a nice, crystal clean, clear, reflecting pool.
Did you see that Nestle is seething about
I did. I'm going to pull that up in a second, yeah. Of course she is.
Wow.
Stupid hag, drunk bitch.
You know she's wasted.
She's going to be drinking her gin tonight. Yeah, the AG of Michigan is bitching and moaning and seething over the conviction being vacated for Joe Morrison. Pledges to appeal ruling and judges finding that kidnapping was not a violent felony. Even though, of course, as we all know, a kidnapping never actually took place. But whatever.
The Trump administration, we have yet another.
Oh, what's Alien Boy doing now?
For decades, unknown objects have freely operated in restricted airspace in large metropolitan areas and critical infrastructure.
Is Eggman there?
And the agencies
Or
responsible
they stopped wheeling him out because he looks like a psycho.
for securing the homeland cannot adequately defend against it. This is a serious national security issue. In my official duties, I was exposed to human and signals intelligence information concerning foreign adversary, UAP crash retrieval, exploitation and study efforts, adversary views on U.S. legacy program reverse engineering efforts, and U.S.-held audiovisual information related to crash retrieval matters, such as the recovered vehicles and the associated biological material.
Okay.
One must always be concerned about adversarial disinformation when you're getting foreign intelligence, but I was able to cross-verify this information internally to back up the foreign government assertions.
Oh yeah, is the movie out? Is Disclosure Day out? I do want to go see it. In a few days. Cool. Yeah, I'll probably go and see it this weekend. Is it getting any 70mm releases? Oh, okay, definitely gonna go see it. Was it shot on film? Nice. Good man. I mean, well, I don't actually know that Spielberg's a good man, but good for you for doing that, I guess. It's probably more Kaminsky that insisted. The cinematographer. That's good. Very good. Yeah, I definitely want to go see this in 70mm. Heck yes. Where? Where do I see it? That's not a big list. Boo. Boo. Well, maybe I'm not gonna go see it in 70. That blows. Oh, that freaking sucks. Well, if you happen to live near one of these, that's how I would go see it. Go see it projected in film. Sadly, yeah, I'm not traveling. I'm not going to New York for that. No. But I will still go see it. Yeah. I'm starting to feel like I'm getting sick, though. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't last too long. I'm pretty sure I'm getting sick. Yeah. Alright, we saw all that business. Let's go back down. I really hope not, because I'm scheduled to work tomorrow, and could certainly use the money, but fuck.
Super nice guy here.
270 million in Medicare fraud.
In California, one fraudster, Paul Richard Randall, super nice guy here. He recently pled guilty to submitting $270 million in fraudulent Medicare claims for medically unnecessary prescription drugs, many of which never even were given to the patients. This is the guys that the Democrats are protecting. In California, one fraudster, Paul Richard Randall, super nice guy here. He recently pled guilty
to defend against
who agreed to learning more about the professional signature collector who agreed to plead guilty to paying homeless people to register to vote in Los Angeles. Brenda Lee Brown Armstrong admitted she used to pay people on Skid Row $2 or $3 to sign ballot initiative petitions and gave homeless people her address to use so they could register to vote.
Now, because you haven't registered, I need to register you so I can get paid too. I'm paying you guys, I need to get paid.
Armstrong got paid for every signature she got, and the DOJ says this case is just the tip of the iceberg.
This case is important because it shows how easy it is under California law to corrupt the state's voter rolls and thereby corrupt the state and federal elections administered by the state.
So now the question is how widespread. Those in power would like to say, well, of course there's some fraud, but it's not widespread. The truth is, and I can tell you, having been up there, they have no idea.
Yeah.
They have no idea how spread the fraud is because they do nothing to detect it, prevent it, or to prosecute it.
Yep. I see Floating Robot says, congrats to you and Reddit spam. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm like, still almost hasn't even said in yet. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm pumped. Libby Morris says, put coconut oil on your nose. Stop sickness. Never heard that. Like, just in it or on it? Like on the outside? Oh no, she said in. Sorry, put coconut oil in your nose. In my nose. Okay, if you say so. I'll give it a go. Coconut. So you like put it on a Q-tip and like just jam it in there, or I guess, right? Yeah. Okay.
In California. Hey Mel, so we'll definitely.
Oh gosh.
Made her.
Oh, look at this. Fact check. Senior reporter at MS Now, Jane Street, says there's no evidence of election fraud in California.
Has there been any evidence of actual election fraud in California? Hey Mel, so we'll definitely just start there. There is no evidence of election fraud in California. California is notoriously slow for how they count elections. They vote mostly.
Yeah, but it's totally normal and there's nothing wrong.
By mail.
There's nothing going on there.
As you said, and they also are really
They just happen to be really slow.
Big state with incredibly voter permissive policies.
Brenda Lee Brown Armstrong made her initial court appearance this morning. The case stems from a video made by conservative activist James O'Keefe. It appears to show Armstrong and others paying homeless people to register to vote and then signing various petitions.
Fraudulent petitioners on Skid Row are now paying the homeless to forge names, forge addresses, and forge signatures of registered voters.
So do you want to sign? Okay. The first one.
I'm Joseph Albright. Okay.
First name?
Joseph Albright. What are you using? Teresa.
No, I'm gonna give you your address to write.
Oh, okay.
Follow directions?
Okay, yeah.
Robert.
Quickly becoming a widespread scheme that can be found on almost every street corner in downtown Los Angeles.
This is an example of election fraud, and this is not merely an allegation. She has admitted guilt. She'll be appearing in court at 10 o'clock this morning, and she has agreed to enter a plea of guilty at the appropriate time.
Alright, 1 second. Apparently I need to add funds to my billing on Anthropic. Oh, great. My bot's trying to build stuff in the background. And it's getting hit with you're out of funds notice. Let's see what I can figure out here. Come on. Ah, yeah, I had auto reload turned off. That would explain it. Buy credits. We'll put another 20 in there. Come on now. Okay. Are we good? me see if I can find that other piece on Fraudster here. Successful. All right. There we go.
Initial court appearance this morning. Case stems from a video made by conservative activist James O'Keefe. It appears to show Armstrong and others paying homeless people to register to vote and then signing various petitions.
And yes, James O'Keefe is the source of that video. There was a public reporting of an undercover video of her on video paying homeless people to register to vote. This is an example of election fraud, and this is not merely an allegation. She has admitted.
Oh, good. Shri, I did it again. Sherry Asbury. Did DLive ever pay you your lemon money? They paid one of the payments. They have not paid the other yet, and I don't know that they ever will. I got lucky on, I think, one of them because like they happened to make it like right before they like officially closed. But the other one is just a complete mystery. I don't know. I've tried. They have like an email up on their old website, or at least they did, where you can contact them. Like after they went down, they had like a little email up there saying you can email us here. Which I've emailed, but last I checked, there was no response and hadn't been for like a couple weeks, so I'm not counting on it.
Guilt. She'll be appearing in court at 10 o'clock this morning, and she has agreed to enter a plea of guilty at the appropriate time.
James really caught him on this one. They're out freaking out. They're losing their minds, making statement after statement after statement about how illegal this is and how they're going to investigate it. I've never seen this before in my life.
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, Leslie Groff arriving for questioning. Wonder if there's any word about how this went. Not Groff.
Today we had Ms. Groff, who's actually still testifying right now to the committee. She's giving us, in fact, I think a lot of names of staff, employees, folks that worked in the Epstein orbit. She worked for Epstein for 18 years. So she's being asked, I think, some very tough questions, rightly so, about what she knew, who she scheduled appointments with. She scheduled massages, we know that. And so that's being asked of her right now. We're going to go back as soon as votes are over. But then of Mr. Gates, we've said we don't care if you are a Republican or a Democrat or who you are. The fact that Mr. Gates still had a relationship with Mr. Epstein, even after knowing about the conviction, knowing actually what he had done, I think is very concerning. So we want to know, what did Mr. Gates know? Who else was around that orbit? And why Mr. Gates continued to have a relationship with Mr. Epstein? I think those are important questions.
Tomorrow you have Leslie Groff.
No other real comments yet?
Told a reporter that Groff...
Oh, here's something.
Your colleague Stephen Lynch just told a reporter that Groff arranged phone calls with notable figures, including President Trump. What more can you tell us about that?
It's not terribly surprising. She was with him for a long time, so...
You know, a number of different members of Congress and attorneys have asked her questions about her scheduling of Mr. Epstein with different notable figures. She did say that she scheduled meetings with Trump and connected their calls, but she also noted that she did the same for Prince Andrew. She scheduled other notable figures, including some of the individuals we've interviewed here in the Oversight Committee. I think this is known material. A lot of it is in the files, but it certainly verifies that we know that Trump had an ongoing relationship with Mr. Epstein and was talking to him, and that his personal assistant helped to facilitate those conversations.
A source told Emma, your colleague...
Haven't heard this.
Yeah, I don't see anything else yet, but I bet we'll hear more soon. Yeah, there it is. They reset the limits. Let's go back to Belfast. Continuing to burn. More to come as the night goes on, I bet. Only just getting to about midnight over there, I think, so. Yep, almost.
I'm trying to hear not plot.
Come on, give me some fresh stuff. Here we go. That is so crazy. Seems to be all the same clips making the rounds for now, but there'll be more coming. Let's check YouTube. What was that? Oh, Tokyo. Interesting. Where's my Belfast stuff? There we go. See if we can find a live stream somewhere. Just all stupid idiots talking. Just, I want footage of rioting. Come on.
Those on fire. Then we.
Okay, let's try X. I wonder if the government are controlling the flow of information coming out of the city at this point. Because this is just, like, where's all the footage? Come on. We know what's happening. Here we go. Arrest taking place.
I've just seen the first arrest. The guy that was riding on the riot vans, he's been arrested. Police are out the vans now. Look like they're ready for action.
There's Andy, what's his name out on it? Andy Nigo. Let's see. That's, yeah, he's over. Oh no, he's posting some. Cool. All right. This is over in London. Much more peaceful. Oh wow, look at that. Photo of a residential street in Belfast after several migrant homes and cars were set on fire. That's the aftermath. Whew. Goodbye. Go home. Wow. I wish we could get some fresh material here. As the night goes on, but I don't know. Let's try latest here.
The only community that's going to be affected by this: buses on fire, vehicles on fire, houses on fire. This is no longer a peaceful protest. It's now escalated into serious disorder.
Lion Eyes 57 says, Pam, you should do Rumble rants to increase your income. I don't even really know how that works. I'm going to look into that. Thank you for mentioning that.
At the start of the night, Belfast is used to having this almost like an annual event around this time of year where they,
and thank you for sending that $5, by the way.
Into serious disorder. Sadly, we're now seeing this as darkness falls. The fear always was that this could escalate slightly with smaller but more concentrated and concerted efforts by certain individuals to just escalate this even further, as we are seeing. The police will be stretched tonight going across Belfast itself, dealing with pockets of disorder, but they have the resources. They are well used to dealing with serious disorder in Belfast. They have the tactics and the vehicles and the officers to deal with it, albeit they are, as every police force in the UK is, short of numbers.
Yes, let's just look at some of the pictures we've had in so far this evening, which is an escalation, despite the very specific use of language by the Assistant Chief Constable Ryan Hannison in the latest statement from the PSNI of sporadic pockets of disorder. One is a house that's on fire. Now, I mean, this is when it starts to spread to streets like this, you're putting people out of their homes, and the other one was...
Oh, really? They're putting people out of their homes, huh?
a retail space, there are flats above it as well. You know, clearly people have to be evacuated, or those flats have to be evacuated, and that's when it becomes no longer, you know, some pallets on fire, which we saw earlier, bins on fire, some vehicles on fire. This is now people's properties and their lives being challenged here.
Yeah, definitely. Lives at risk here by what we're seeing. Properties on fire, vehicles on fire, outside properties. So people's lives and livelihoods are definitely at risk here. This is where we're seeing it escalate, and the fear was, as darkness fell, we would see an escalation in disorder and violence, with properties and vehicles being set on fire.
Planet Crazy.
Kenny Hopkins.
Here in batshit bonkers Britain, first up, the BBC reports that a man was taken to hospital with serious injuries after a stabbing in Belfast. Let me just correct that for you, BBC, shall I? A white man is in hospital with life-threatening injuries because a stabby black illegal tried to chop his head off in the street with a small knife. He was sawing at the man's neck as the man was groaning, and now he's in hospital. A woman who witnessed the attack had to be taken to hospital herself because she was in deep shock at seeing such a horror on the streets of Northern Ireland. In other news, over in America, a referee from Somalia has been banned entry. His name.
Oh no!
On the UK right now, and everyone around the world. All eyes are on the UK right now, and everyone around the world is paying attention and discussing it. In Northern Ireland, we had an illegal immigrant from Sudan who tried to behead someone in the street. It's a psyop. People are not going to like this because they've already reacted with anger and with rage, but that's getting stirred on by all these gatekeepers demanding that we need to do something. There's a narrative at play. It's a playbook, and it comes back to communism. This is Antifa, these people pushing it. And already a day later, there's organised protests all...
I do think that is an interesting thing to note.
A day later, there's organised protests all around the country. I wonder why that...
Yeah.
That is, you're going to see a lot of people kicking off, and it'll be good people that get in trouble. The police that they're trying to turn people against. This is all part of the operation. It's irregular warfare. PSYOPs, because you're now seeing it on headline news BBC. You're seeing Keir Starmer talking about it, who has no control of the country at all. Nigel Farage is talking about it. Rupert Lowe is talking about it. They are part of the operation. And we've seen PSYOPs before which were staged. Charlie Kirk, George Floyd, in Australia on Bondi Beach, and we had the terrorist attack. They're all...
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but...
PSYOPs. It's all staged because it's not about what we're being shown. It's about the people reacting to it, and there's a group of people...
I do think the organization with the protest taking place is possibly interesting, but you also kind of have to remember that it's Belfast. It's like, this is Ireland. There is organization, and has been growing, organization there going back, well, duh, to the IRA, like, hello.
That need them.
Those networks didn't disappear, still exist.
Masses on their side. They're part of a...
So, I don't know. I mean, maybe interesting, but maybe not.
It is what it is, isn't it? Well, it is what it is, isn't it?
Oof. Okay, what else? We got like 10 minutes left here. Hit my usage limits on my $200 a month Claude Max subscription in less than 30 minutes using Claude Fable 5. Well, I am 12% in after less than an hour, so we'll see. I think this guy must be doing something wrong, because I don't know. All right, anything else? Carmelo Anthony.
I asked him, how did you reach your... I mean, this is... I'm questioning the jury. I asked him, how did you reach your verdict? How did you reach it so quickly? What happened? It was a 4-inch knife. He used it one time. He was pushed. I'm not saying that it was right, but what are you doing? How did you get this verdict? I'd want to know. My whole identity as a defense attorney would be in question, right? I'm questioning my identity right now, and I have nothing to do with this case. How could you come back like that? I would be enraged. I'm enraged right now. This is very upsetting. And then on top of it, to compound it, this dumb judge didn't allow cameras in the courtroom. What was your wisdom? What were you thinking? How you put on a robe? Are you that much of an imbecile?
Who is this? This is being said on court TV.
That you won't let cameras in the courtroom in a case like this. This is not a rape case. This is something different. This is something that's clearly the whole community is enraged. And
you must be a complete idiot.
You knew that before the trial started. So, I mean, this is very upsetting.
You can see the reaction.
I mean,
the whole community.
You're not going to do shit with a man, and we see that. You're not going to do shit with a man, and we see that. But you're not going to do shit with a man. I'm not going to do shit with anybody. That's weak.
What do you even mean?
Fuckhead. That's weak. Fuckhead. 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 That's weak. You cannot do shit with a man. We see that.
Huh?
The judge as well in this case said it was not a case about race, but you cannot deny that just the facts of the case and what we've seen play out since then and what we're happening now is because the defendant is black, the victim is white, and that's the bottom line. But again, this is what I alluded to when I said this has brought out what's bubbling right beneath the surface. The judge is
These people are not gonna like what comes out of this if they keep this shit up. Okay.
You can expect to see an increased police presence.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Police, do not share footage of the attempted beheading on social media. Because why?
So this evening you can expect to see an increased police presence across Northern Ireland and over the coming days to help support and reassure all of our communities and to keep them safe. We understand also there's considerable posting on social media and people will have really well create questions and concerns. But please do not share footage that might cause trauma and risk to the loved ones of those families involved and on our investigation. We're also aware of protest activity planned across Northern Ireland this evening and continue to monitor that and plan accordingly. I know that last night left people feeling a range of emotions from fear to anger. People will want to have their voices heard, but we all remember over the last 2 years significant disorder that only led to damage in our local communities and young people getting caught up in disorder. So this evening...
Wow. It made... It made a Pokemon clone like that? You can't be kidding me. What the heck? That's wild. Complete with the music and everything? Like, what? How crazy. That's nuts. Wow. Make a Pokemon clone. That was the prompt? That was it? 1 hour of reasoning. 8,000 lines of code. That's it? Wow, that's insane. Whoa. Yep. This next week's gonna get freaking bizarre. This is you're gonna see some pretty weird stuff come from this, I think. This new model. They have completely, by the way, just lobotomized it whenever, like, if you ever try to ask about anything cybersecurity related, it immediately shuts down and will completely refuse to discuss it. So they're at least trying to do their part, kinda, it seems, to prevent people from using it to hack things. But I don't know. People are smart.
And the next wave of...
Come on now. Uh-oh. I'm freezing. Oh, there we go.
Fucking day!
they're saying.
There's a helmet. Helmet's back there.
Appear to have just ganged up on some migrant of some kind.
Fucking day. I don't know how true it is. It just broke.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Is that a fucking pack of cools?
They saying murder. They saying murder. They saying no manslaughter. They saying murder. I thought it was manslaughter too. They saying guilty of murder on Fox right now. They saying guilty of murder.
Don't forget his cigarettes.
They saying guilty of murder.
I swear to God, I'm sick of this shit. I'm tired of it. I'm
Oh my god, it was a pack of cools.
tired. I don't give a fuck. I'm tired. That is sick.
Wow.
That is sick. That is sick. You went through the same shit.
Yeah.
Fox News alert: the U.S. military
Oh
conducting
yeah. I missed covering this.
new strikes in Iran. Quote: U.S.
American response underway. Trump has launched strikes on Iran over some downed Apache.
Central Command forces began launching self-defense strikes against Iran at 5 p.m. Eastern today at the Commander-in-Chief's direction in response to yesterday's downing of a U.S. Army Apache helicopter. The mission is a proportional response to unjustified Iranian aggression. So, Dana Perino. Oh, we have Jennifer. Let's go to Jennifer.
Hi, Jesse. Well, we've just gotten word that based on that CENTCOM statement, we had extended this. The president had indicated that he must respond given that there were 2 Americans in that Apache helicopter that had to be rescued at sea earlier today. So we were expecting this, but what's interesting from the statement that CENTCOM just put out is that it described these as defensive strikes, and they said that they would be proportional. So what we're looking at right now, there are some indications there's some explosions in a port city called Sirik. We're getting the initial reports of ongoing strikes from the Iranians themselves. The Iranian foreign minister earlier today had warned that if the U.S. escalated, there would be a very, very big response. The foreign ministry had been putting out statements suggesting that maybe the Iranians had not put any drones up in the air over the Strait of Hormuz in the last 24 hours, but we know from U.S. defense officials that they saw multiple drones fired by the Iranians over the Strait of Hormuz, and that one of those drones, in fact, hit the Apache helicopter, which was flying low to the water when it was struck. But the Apache itself was hit by one of those Shahed drones. The 2 crew members who were rescued are safe right now. They are stable, but what is notable is that they were rescued by this autonomous drone, this surface vessel. It's the first time that a Corsair is a 24-foot sea drone. It was sent to rescue these 2 crewmen who were in the water for 2 hours, but that was the quickest and safest way to rescue those 2 airmen who went down
pick
with
them up.
the
That's
Apache
pretty
helicopter. But it made history in terms of the rescue because this Corsair, which is made by the company Saronic, and it's the first time we've ever heard that it's been used for this kind of a rescue, and no other military has this kind of a vessel. It's really an extraordinary vessel because it can carry a 1,000-pound payload. It can go 1,000 nautical miles, and now we know it can rescue airmen who are out at sea.
Interesting.
So,
that's pretty neat. All right, well, that does it for me, you guys. We're at the top of the hour here, and Mr. Sketch Danger is in. So that does it for yours truly. How you doing, man? What's up?
So I don't ever recommend. I don't know why, but I have this glass of had this sweet tea, and I thought it was mine because we just went to this Fuzzies earlier, and so I asked my son, and I'm like, "Is that mine?" And he's like, "Yeah," because I've already finished mine. I was like, "Okay, cool." I just grabbed it, and I thought his was on the table, and so came in here right before the show started, and I took a sip. It was like a week old.
Oh God!
Like,
oh, that's the worst.
Yeah.
I've totally done that before. It's so disgusting.
I found my tea though, but that was rough. Right before the show started.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, hey, after a great start.
Okay. I told my wife, I said, "Pray for me." She goes, "I assure you, you have ingested much worse willingly and have lived to tell the tale."
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I was like, great way to start this program.
That's funny. Oh man. Well, I hope it's all uphill from here, man.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Have a good show.
You too. God bless you, bro.
Yeah, back at you, bro. See you guys.
All right. Thank you. What?
All right, YouTube. I'm gonna go rest because my throat's. I'm starting to feel gross. I'm pretty certain I'm getting sick now, so that fucking sucks. I will see you guys whenever I see you next. I'm due on. No, technically tomorrow morning, but I'm also scheduled to work tomorrow morning, and I'm also feeling sick now, so I don't even know. We'll see what's going on. We'll see what's going on in the morning. I don't know. So have a good night, and bye-bye. I will try to feel better. Thank you.